Hello, beautiful, gorgeous friends. This is the Organizer Advisor, Dr. Lisa Winfield, and I am here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. And I know it's not quite time to start. We're not quite at January 1st, but I did want to pop on today. And I'll be doing some little short videos until we actually get started. But I want to talk to you about a few things that are going to help facilitate this process. This is going to maximize your benefit. So these are optional, but I have found that this really works when I'm working with my clients on total life transformation. So go ahead and grab your hydration beverage. Let's have a sip and a sit while I share with you some tips to help facilitate your total life transformation. Okay, so let's get started. There's just a few things. The first thing that I really want to emphasize is prioritize self-care. Self-care is health-care. And oftentimes we get so busy during our day and then we get overwhelmed, or we get so busy that we just kind of push ourselves, our needs, and our self-care off to the side. And then at the end of the day, it's like, who has time? Well, we're going to make time. We're going to do as many health and beauty routines at the beginning of the day. Now, our health and beauty routines, we have two categories. We have our weekly scheduled health and beauty routines. These are routines that we have scheduled on particular days of the week. Monday, facial day. Tuesday, mani-pedi. Wednesday is hair care day. Thursday is dental health day. Friday's facial skincare day again. Saturday is outdoor fresh air, sunshine, play, family fun, take your pet for a walk day. And then Sunday is rejuvenate, restore, rest, and do our prep steps for the week. Okay, those are our scheduled. But then we have our daily health and beauty routines, such as hydrating, exercising. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Eating clean, taking time for stillness. And stillness can be coloring in a book, reading. Could be time for scripture. It could be prayer. It could be meditation. It could be a nature walk. Something that is going to calm your mind and body and kind of get you back into sync. We also eat clean, take vitamins and supplements if you subscribe to that practice. So we want to do as many of those early in the day so that we don't push them aside and then at the end of the day say, I just didn't have time. We're going to prioritize self-care as health care. This is a critical component of the total life transformation process, so I want to make it a priority. Okay, so on that note, the second thing I want to suggest to you is I want you to make a list, and I call it the life enhancing list. And what in the world is that? Your life enhancing list are things that you have in your home or in your garage or in your attic or in your car that you purchased to enhance your life in some way, whether it be some sort of sporting equipment, exercise equipment, health and beauty products, whatever you have. Now, I suggest, and we'll talk about this when we talk about toiletries, gathering some of your health and beauty products and making beauty bins, boxes, or baskets. So make a beauty bin, box, or basket for facial day. That gets all your facial products. That way you have them in one location. Same thing for mani-pedi, hair care day, dental health day. And then I also want you to make a list of all the items that you have that could enhance your health, because that's why you purchased them. So I have a list, and I'll share with you some of mine. So I wrote down all of the items that I can use for daily exercise. I have a bike, I have a treadmill, I have a walking pad, I have hand weights, I have a hula hoop, I have yoga items in my yoga basket, I have a kayak, I have arm and leg weights, which I use when I do my cleaning because it helps burn calories. And while I'm doing all that work, I might as well make it work for me. I have a croquet set. I love croquet. I have a horse, so I like to go horseback riding. I have golf clubs, so I want to golf. And then I have like resistance bands. I have some, DVDs that I use for exercise. You get the idea. So those are kind of that's my exercise category. And the reason I like to write these down is so that I don't have to think about how I'm going to incorporate exercise into my day. I'm just going to do something off this list. So if the weather's nice, I may go for a bike ride or golfing or horseback riding or play croquet. For you, it may be pickleball or tennis or volleyball. You may be a runner. But this helps me to target self-care as healthcare as I exercise. Now, I can pick one of these every day and do a variety of things. So I'm getting like a cross-body workout. I'm doing a variety of things. I'm not going to be bored. They're exciting. I have the flexibility to use them with the weather, but each of them is going to work a different part of my body. And sometimes they're indoor, sometimes they're outdoor. So I can, kind of adjust to the weather. But this is going to help me when I go to do my exercise of my daily health and beauty routines. I'm not going to say, oh man, I got to sit down and do yoga again. And all I do is yoga. I can golf. I could do a variety of things. All I have to do is pinpoint one on this list. Now, speaking of health and beauty routines, I also suggest you write down some of the devices and the products that you have that you purchased to enhance the way you look and feel. So if they're not working for you, they're clutter. If they're in the bottom of a cabinet, if they're under your bed, if they're in your closet, it's clutter. And that clutter creates stress. And that stress creates cortisol, which creates a lot of devastating effects in your body. Too much cortisol is not good for your body. And so now it's actually counterproductive to enhancing your health or the way you look and feel. So let's make these things work for us. We spent money on them for a reason. And if we're not capitalizing on that investment, it's clutter and it's chaos in our body. So let's kind of start managing that so that we really do enhance the way we look and feel. All right, so here's some examples I wrote down. I have a LED mask. I have a microcurrent. So I'm going to use those on facial day. I have a blood pressure monitor and a glucose monitor. I want to monitor my blood pressure and glucose once a week, just to kind of be able to report to my doctor, my healthcare provider, hey, my blood pressure's been really good lately. My exercise program is paying off. I'm eating better, but I'm going to see those results in my blood pressure. I have a waxing kit, so during facial day, I'm going to touch up my eyebrows. I have a hair follicle stimulator, so it's like a hair massager. So on hair care days, I'm going to give myself a massage and stimulate my hair follicles so that my hair is healthier. I have a gua sha stone and a jade roller. I'm going to use those. I have a cupping kit so that I can get some lymphatic drainage, dry brushing. So I have those, but I also have vitamins and supplements. I have collagen powder and lion's mane mushrooms and, even coconut oil. All of these things are going to help enhance our health. So if you purchase them with the intention of using them. And if you're not using them, it's because you don't have a framework. Here's a framework. And when you see this on your refrigerator, on your kitchen counter, or in your agenda every day, it's going to be a reminder to prioritize self-care as healthcare. And it's going to maximize the benefit as you go through this process, and you're going to see the results. And you're going to be more likely to continue incorporating these strategies of self-care after we finish our 30-day transformation process. So it's going to have long-term benefits for you. Okay, so that's that. Now, the last thing that I want to mention is while we are going through our every nook and cranny cleaning and our organize to utilize, I suggest that you create a home inventory. There are 3 things this is going to do for you. The home inventory is a list of everything you have in your home. And you can just, as we're going wall by wall, you can just take a few minutes after you've had, your cleaning and organizing and decluttering. While you're having your hydration beverage, just go ahead and take some time and jot down those items that you encountered when you cleaned in that room on that wall for that day. That way, by the end of 4 days, you're going to have an inventory of that total room. And as we go through the house, you're going to have an inventory of everything in your home. Now, you're going to assign a value to each of those objects. And you can either just quick Google on Amazon or look them up on eBay, however it is. But everything has a value. So when you assign a monetary value, this is going to give you an idea of the value, the worth of the contents of your home. You're going to want to compare that to your insurance homeowner's policy. You want to make sure you have adequate coverage. The other thing that this will do is if there is any kind of catastrophe, such as a disaster where some of the contents of your home are ruined or compromised, or lost or stolen, you have a documentation for a police report or for your insurance. So that's going to add another layer of protection on the contents of your home. Then the other benefit is when you write down all of the stuff that you own and you see how much stuff you actually have, you're going to feel very abundant. You're going to feel like, wow, I have a lot more stuff than when it's in a closet. It doesn't register. But when you write it down and you see it, you're like, wow, I have a lot of stuff. You're going to be less inclined to buy more stuff, so it's going to reduce your clutter over the long term. It also is going to give you an idea of whether or not you want to keep that item. If you don't, sell it. Transfer it, sell it, take that money, put it into the savings account. I have a whole video on this, and that's going to help you save money, and it's going to put aside some savings for you. You're going to feel so good about that. And then the last thing for the home inventory, the last benefit that I want to mention is that it can become part of your last will and testament. When you have an inventory of everything in your home, you can then assign a beneficiary to each specific item or a group of items, or however you want to administer that. And then you can communicate that to your executor or your administrator of your estate. And so then at the time of your passing, you can be assured that the items that you wanted to go to specific loved ones are going to be conveyed to them. So those are the suggestions that I have for you to help facilitate and get the maximum benefit out of this process. So I look forward to joining you. We only have a few more days before we begin, and I can't wait to get started. So take some time. Make that inventory of your life-enhancing list so that you can really refer to that as we go through this process. All right. I look forward to seeing you as we begin on January 1st. Until then, my beautiful friends, have a wonderful day.